Welcome to the DreamsVerse official channel, a dynamic NFT game first of the RPG variety. So this is the last week of October, and we have our co-founders with here once again for our weekly updates video. Very welcome. I know you guys are so busy, Steve, Paulii, and Leslie, but thank you for joining us here. Thank you for making the effort to update the community once again. Let's start with you, Steve. What have you been up to?
Plate spinning. Doing a little bit of community deep diving. Obviously, we've been working really hard on these CEX. That's been very, very intensive. I know everyone's asking what, when, where, all that. But the good news is we've at least gone through the legal side of it. We're now going through a technical review of the smart contracts, which have already been audited anyway. So that should be, pretty smooth. And then we should have more news, but we just got to wait. So that's been taking up a lot of time. And then the other thing, of course, is that with all the investors that came in, you have to do a pretty thorough review of all of their wallet addresses and making sure that the actual number of tokens per wallet address are correct. And there were quite a few addresses we had to go through and just double check. We also had a few duplicates that came because of, for example, if a syndicate had come in and a person came in from two syndicates, then we actually found their wallet. We had 22 duplicate wallet addresses that came in, which were, if we hadn't caught that, we would have had a technical problem. So that took us a couple of hours to go through and find them all and then, merge their various purchases of tokens so that all of it was consolidated. So that kind of stuff's taken up a bit of time. And yeah, I am getting a bit involved personally with it because we want to make sure it's done right. We want to make sure that there's no mess ups, and it's our investors at the end of the day. So, I've been working very closely with the tech guys just to make sure that all the smart contracts are done, set up properly, audited. We've done a legal review of the whole project. We got a legal opinion, which was also submitted to the exchange. And yeah, that's just, amongst other things. We're talking to Binance NFT Marketplace, working with them on some other things that are in discussion for, future ways of doing NFT sales. We've had a couple of conversations with different games and talking about ways to do something like, if we have a metaverse-based economy and we want to be able to be more innovative about it, and we want other games to be more innovative about it, then, we're not really worried about cross-chain. We're worried about more like cross-game. And how do you go cross-game? Well, you have to portal there. So we're talking to other games about, is there a way to create a cross-game portal rather than a cross-chain bridge? And that's kind of fun, but it's time consuming because there's one, how do you, integrate each other's cards? And then two, do you have to remake the cards so when they get to your land or your universe, or metaverse, they change? And then what about the smart contracts? Is there interoperability that has to be done between them? So I'm not just working on what we need to do for our games now. I'm working on a bigger picture for making sure that we can get a lot more adoption to other users that can have access to our cards, not just in our metaverse, but that also could leverage other metaverses and maybe earn from our cards in their metaverse or for their community to be able to join ours and also participate. So there's lots of weird and wacky stuff that we're trying to do. I mean, of course, the main focus is games development and working with the game designers every day too, but there's also a bigger picture. So yeah, I'm involved in a lot of different things, but it's really important to kind of stay grounded, keep a good focus on what we're trying to do, and just continuously adding and building and evolving it.
So, wow. So you're like, I can see how your thought process is going like millions of miles per second.
Yeah,
You just like summed up everything. But basically all I heard was, 15, 12-year-old me could have played with my Pokemon cards in my Neopets game. That's what I'm hearing.
Or Minecraft.
Wow. So 12-year-old me is freaking out, and you're really 10 steps ahead in planning this game. I understand also.
Yeah, I mean, if our frost giant could portal across to some other land and then from there portal somewhere else and then eventually come back. I mean, he could have gone on an incredible journey, and who knows what that looks like. I don't know how it works because there's interoperability issues between different smart contracts, different attributes, different ways of minting. Maybe you're parking the card one place and then you're showing up with a a sister brother version of that card somewhere else, but only one can be used. You have to lock one to enable another. But that's, I mean, a lot of people are creating different artwork, and some of the artwork is actually, you know, can be cross-used if it's done properly. So,
so guys, I just want our beloved community to know this is what one of our co-founders is like. Well, they'll tell you later how much they're going to focus on the game next, but they're also planning 10 steps ahead. So make sure you watch this.
We will certainly talk more about the games and what we're doing. I mean, we've had several calls, the last couple of team calls, and really digging deep with our new advisors that we can't announce just yet, but some of our new advisors who are more from the film industry, and they understand much more about lore and, you know, and lore creation, game creation. But what we're really focusing on right now is really the NFTs, the attributes of the NFTs, game balancing. So if you're talking about a card battle, how to actually identify what all the cards do, what their balances are, how to make a good battle work in order to create a mini game that then expands into a full game later. So that's like, you know, mega #1 priority right now.
So in short, you guys, you know, our co-founders have been really focused on getting the best in the technology, in the blockchain technology. They're working the best in marketing. They're bringing the best in entertainment. They're trying to marry all these different industries to bring you this game. So watch this space, stay with us, run with us, join us on this journey. And then Steve, very quickly, the last thing, I know you've been working on this as well this past week. I think you've been working on trying to get information for the public because we're doing so much, and this could be such a potentially huge and new game. Where can people go to all these hard work that you've been putting in the articles and making sure information, where can they go to find this?
Yeah, so we do, I mean, I can leave some of that to Paulii because she takes care of all the marketing and all the creative side of things. But I mean, we've got articles coming out. I know we just did one on tokenomics, which talks not about how many tokens, but it talks about the token utility, how it's been used inside the platform. I won't go into the details here, but it's basically the essence of what we gave to our legal team in Singapore to review the project and the token and how it's used as an in-game resource.
Yes.
And
lots of accountability to your investors, your stakeholders, and your community as well.
Yeah.
So let's move on very quickly now to Paulii. For Paulii, I know, you know, marketing has always been like your top priority. How's that going? And then this article too that Steve was talking about.
So it's actually just out. We decided that this is the right time to start talking about the tokenomics, like Steve said, about utility and what you can do with it in the game, and how people can start imagining why we even have that token, because that's kind of what the question that comes up a lot. So we decided to address it now because there's not better way than before sex listing, right? So that's already out. So when you're watching this video, you can go straight to our social media and start clicking and reading and getting familiar with that. We also continuing the Binance NFT drops, as Steve mentioned, and today we had a bit of a surprise on our hands. There was we planned it to release NFTs at 11 a.m. UTC. And they were released a bit earlier, a couple of hours earlier, I think. And they were sold out immediately. So
what did you? They're always sold out immediately.
I know. So that gives me like this. On one hand, I am feeling frustration of every community member of ours that they were not able to grab it and just try to get one because they are very limited. We normally do max 50 at once. On the other hand, I'm feeling, wow, it always blows my mind when they sell out in seconds. Like I'm always like, wow, already? Like we just literally listed them and they're already all gone. So to try to sweeten let's say the bit of a mishap that happened today. Unfortunately, we're not controlling the internal process within the platform, so we did not know it's going to happen this way. So just so you guys all know, this was I don't want to say glitch, but this was something that I think neither of the parties understood why this happened this way. But we will work with Binance for the next one, Binance NFT platform, to make sure that when we say the time, they actually will go on time. So we already had conversation with them, and we're going to work closely. But the good news is we will drop another sale this week, just so everyone can participate. And I know, so I've read some comments that some people got up in the middle of the night, and I'm really sorry you had to get up and get nothing. That's why we're doing this. Maybe we will do instead of 11 a.m. UTC, maybe we will do it at 12 or 1 p.m. UTC. So maybe you don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and kind of reach more time zones.
And you announce this on Discord first, as usual, right?
Yes, you will know first on Discord. This all news. So I recommend to go to Discord as always. Discord is the place. So that's kind of I think that was needed to be addressed. So yes, we know this happened, and we're really sorry for the community and to our mods, because they were really trying to hold the fort, and they had to deal with a lot of unhappiness, and this is understandable. But just we were feeling just feeling all this emotion going on today. So we're hoping that this is actually something positive, that if you actually get your NFT, you should probably keep it, because I saw the price rising and rising. So that is probably a good investment. So I think that's why it's something that it felt a little bit unfair to some people, that they were ready, loaded on Binance NFT, and then ended up with not being able to secure anything. So I also have seen some people mention that they actually managed to do three NFTs last drop, and I was like, wow, quick hands, or multiple devices, click. So good job, whoever has 3 in one drop. So very, very good. And then, as always, we are going to have more things happen, and again, because there's we cannot discuss certain things or things that we're working with people, because you have to understand that when you have deals going and partnerships, you can't just say ahead of time this is what will happen. You can only just release the details when the time comes. But you can be sure that we are working on things to release for you guys, so you can enjoy the game. And there will be new NFTs coming soon, so watch for that as well. We are working on new art. And speaking of art, if we still have the roll call, if you guys are doing art like that, or like behind Adele or Leslie or Steve, please come to Discord, offer your services, join the quest. You can be part of making the game. You might even see your design on one of our NFTs, or in the game, in fact. So anything from 2D, 3D, environment, generalist, or Unity developer, game developers, like lore writers. If you are novelist or lore writer, please come. We are looking for great people right now. So you never know, you might just be part of the team.
That's awesome.
I think that's kind of what's marketing here. We're going to continue things with some KOLs very shortly, some cool YouTubers. So you will basically see as it progresses. So
right, and we also have an art channel in Discord.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Yeah. So speaking of Discord, Leslie, I know the community has been growing. It must be really, I don't know how you guys deal with this quick growth. So tell us how the community is doing, and then also tell us, you're the guy who's organized, keeping the team organized, and it can't be easy. And I know we're trying to expand. So how are you doing, Leslie?
I was just telling Steve that, well, there's only there's a good way to actually put it this way, that they can actually moan all the way to the moon. So that could be a new meme from DreamsVerse, moan to the moon. Yeah, so we do have a lot of moaning, and we hear your hearts. I totally hear your hearts because of what Paulii has mentioned earlier, in terms of the NFT drops, you can't get it. Here's the thing, our own team hasn't even gotten one single drop since day one. Even the founders ourselves don't have any. I was waiting there as well, and I was trying to hopefully get and click. It just didn't happen, right? So you guys are I would say lucky or blessed, you want to call it, for you guys are holding on to it. Good for you guys, all right? So and I saw a few very encouraging comments on Discord saying that, hey guys, after getting the NFT, I'm so stoked about having this, and I want to know more about the game, and I want to be part of this. And literally what I did was just to keep talking to that person. So if you want to engage me on Discord or any of us, say something positive. I would definitely respond to you, basically, right? So I'm not going to penalize that you guys cannot moan, all right? You definitely can, but we will moan together to the moon together with regards to that. Yeah, and with regards to the team's updates, we are already planning for our next milestone, which is the mini games that we are actually planning on for. And so stay tuned, guys. That's something that's going to be a lot more exciting because we after the IDO completion, that's the very, very major milestones that we have had. The most immediate one, obviously, is our CX listing, which we can't review anything more than just as it is. So be patient with us. Asking when listing, it's not gonna help. The reason is very, very, very simple. If like what we have mentioned in the previous video, the CX has to be the one announcing it first and not us, right? So that's the rule. So if we announce it first, we're not going to get listed, guys. So you don't want that, right? Because you want your tokens to be listed, right? So be patient with us. Yeah, we're just asking you to give us the time. It is ongoing. It's going to be completed soon. I think Steve can add on to that before we close.
Tokens to the moon or tokens to the moon. Those are your choices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So let me just sum it up. Our team, we're working on so many things, right? The tech, the business end, the tokenomics is, if you want to find out, the article's out dropping today. We can say that now because Paulii has said it. Of course, we're always focused on the art. And I think right now the team is very focused on making sure that, the best game and game partnerships and insane things you've never seen before in a game, but always wanted to happen, could possibly be happening right here on Dreams Quest. Any last words from our founders? Any other updates or milestones you want to share with our community?
Well, just be on Discord and
Come to Discord.
and just get for all the latest information from that. And remember, we are looking for people. So just give us a ring. Help us. Grow the team. If you think you can improve on the Discord, community as well, send us information. Send us a private message there. We will actually get back to you guys on that. Our mods are on standby for that. Yeah,
that's right. We do hear you guys. So I think on behalf of everyone, I just want to say a big thank you to our founders. I think I've seen a lot of heart going to this project. They really do get into Discord and Telegram, and they do go through, the messages as much as they can. Obviously, all the other partnerships that, we're trying to do to get this project going. And like founders, I understand that in any project, not all plans can be prematurely released. So I thank you all for taking the time to still make this commitment to update us each week. You've been doing your best to be transparent and accountable and share all these great things that's been happening for Dreams Quest. So I'm going to let you get back to your realms. Good luck, and we'll see you back here next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.